Hello fans of Classy Swag and whoever else is watching this video. I'd like to first start off by saying thank you for, if you make it through the end of this video without getting pissed off for what I'm about to say, but in the recent few, say about the past hour, there was something that came up on Facebook about the Adalia Rose situation that really just really made me give up, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but basically what happened was I got on Facebook, or I was already on Facebook, and I was just kind of scrolling through, and I saw one of my friends had shared a photo about Adalia Rose, and it said Team Adalia Rose, saying she was, beautiful and funny, something like that. And I thought, okay, it's a joke, someone's, mocking her, because it seems like lately that's been going on a lot. And it wasn't a joke. It was posted on her page. Now, as soon as I saw that, I had never just given up so much before, because it sickens me that they would exploit their daughter that way, who has progeria, I don't know how you say it. It's a genetic disease that it happens during, the terms of pregnancy, and there is no cure for it. I think the max excuse me, my voice crack. The max life expectancy is somewhere around 20 years. I don't know, but it's a very deadly disease. There is no cure, and this little girl has it. I will admit, with the pictures that were made jokingly, like her face, put on Smeagol from Lord of the Rings and some other ones. Yes, I chuckled. Am I wrong in doing so? Probably, but that's your opinion. I laughed because they were catchy, they were funny, and in some situations you gotta laugh at certain things. But when you go and exploit your daughter to 1 million people, 1.5 million, that's wrong. It's truly wrong, because your poor daughter or son or whoever has this disease isn't going to live a normal life. They'll always be sick in a way. I don't know how this disease works. There's always going to be complications. They won't be living a normal life, and it's sad, because it is my view that I'm against abortion. I really am. I'm not religious in any aspect whatsoever. I don't believe that killing another human, unless there is no other alternative, which I don't even agree with that, but abortion should not be a final resort whatsoever. It shouldn't even be an option, because while, yes, if they have this disease, why should they be alive? But look, if they have the disease and they're born, let them live their life and leave them alone. If I had progeria, or again, I don't know how you say it, I don't care, but I want to say it's progeria. If I had that disease, if I was born with that disease, I wouldn't want my family to exploit me online on Facebook and, have millions of people give me pity, saying, oh, you're a handsome young man, and, don't let all these haters, just give you all this shit. You know what? None of this would have happened had her parents just let her be. But no, I guess, because I was watching some videos about Adalia Rose. This guy in Austin was talking about how they started their Facebook page through an iPad. I guess a friend had given them, and they had only like 1,000 likes, and then it started to grow and grow and grow as people noticed. Now, the trend of this is kind of known as a bandwagon, where people see something and they start, oh, I want to get in on this, and that's kind of what happened. It's happened before. If you guys remember Coney 2012. They were showing a graph on Google, from Google, on the searches for Coney 2012, and when it first happened, there was a mass surge of searches on it, and then it died out. And I feel like that's what's going to happen with this. But what's happening is, going back to this guy, so they started getting likes and getting likes, and I guess he bought them a car, and he was helping them out, and I guess he started a fundraiser to he started a fundraiser so they could get a house because they're living in a one-bedroom apartment. Now, I'll agree with, I'm going to support that guy on that one. I won't donate because, well, frankly, I personally don't have money, and I'm not going to, say, hey, Mom, Dad, can I, donate money to somebody I don't even know? No, I'm not going to do that because, if it's something like that, I think that's something that I should pay for, and, if I don't have the money, then I'm not going to do it. But, that's, and I'm sure people are going to say, oh, but I bet you can buy video games. Like, no, I don't buy it. Not, at least not yet. Thankfully, I'm a middle-class American, even though technically there is no middle class. You're either poor or you're rich. Well, I'm not poor, but I'm not rich. I'm in the middle. I am a middle-class American teenager. I'm fortunate enough to have a roof over my head, my own bed to sleep in. I can go to the kitchen and give me a snack or a drink if I want to, or I have the privilege of privacy. Whereas Adalia Rose, living in a one-bedroom apartment, her room is like, I guess it's near the kitchen, but I'm going off track. I'm going to go back. But the thing about this entire thing that just kind of pissed me off is that they're continuing to exploiting their daughter, and I don't know if they're aware of it. I really don't, and it upsets me because, again, I'm sure, and you'll probably agree with me on this, if you had this disease, would you want to be exploited? Your face posted all over the internet, made fun of? And again, I know, I've laughed, but again, they were catchy, and, that's where I didn't have morals. I have morals. I was raised with morals. I have them, but I set them aside at certain things. There are certain things I laugh at, and there are certain things I don't. And, well, that's just how I am. But exploiting is just, and especially in this case, is just horrible. You should never do that. And everyone hopped on this bandwagon. And, I was reading one of the comments on this picture, and I'll link it in the description below, as well as, some other things I'll tell at the end of the video. But I was reading some of the comments, and I have to actually agree with these people. This shit shouldn't be going on. All of this could have been avoided had they not made the page, had their friend not given them the iPad. I understand they were struggling and they needed help, and they sought to the internet for help. Now, I'm sure if I had a kid like that, I'd probably need help because I couldn't afford to do it. Yes, my dream is to go and work in movie industries for graphical and video design. But dreams don't always come true. If I had a kid and I didn't have the money to pay for his medical bills or anything like that, I'd look for some way to, go for help. But I don't think I'd go to the internet because the internet has a bad side, and that side is what separates the good and the evil. However, it seems that the evil are where the good should be, because people are saying, oh, she's beautiful. Oh, don't, give in to the hate. Well, beauty comes in its own ways, but not with the disease that is deadly like progeria. It's truly not beautiful. It is sick, because, and I can guarantee half the people on there, just don't care. They just don't care. They're doing it because they want to impress somebody. They want to make it look like they're doing right instead of wrong because they've always done wrong. They're trying to impress their, guy above, so to speak, and it's just, I have to laugh that why would you all of a sudden care? Like, you could be one of those people that don't give two shits. You see a homeless man, I can guarantee you don't give him money, And I'll admit, there are times where I've had money in my pocket, I didn't give it to a homeless man. But recently, I've had money, and I gave a hobo, I'm going to use hobo because it's shorter, I gave him $5. And I felt good doing that, because I know that with that $5, he can go to the gas station and get a sandwich, and that'll feed him. I know it's not a big meal, but it's something, and it shows I care. Now, I know I'm going to get hate and say, oh, you're bullshitting. No. When it comes to things like that, I don't bullshit. People are going to say, oh, you mad, bro, you butthurt. you know, they're gonna hate on me for this video. But this is my opinion, and I'm gonna sum it up right now. The exploitation of Adalia Rose has gone too far with the recent posting of the picture. And actually, what I'm gonna do is right here, I'm gonna, you know, put it. I don't know. Actually, I can't because I'm doing this through YouTube. So, but I'll link it down below with the recent posting of that picture of Team Adalia. I'm gonna say that just it was a horrible thing to do because it's exploitation, it's cruel, it's demeaning, you know, at its finest. This entire situation could have been avoided by just not, you know, by her parents just looking for help in other ways. I don't know how many ways there are out there to help with diseases like this or the situation they were in. I know the guy in Austin, I give him respect for trying to help him the way he did. If I could find his video, I'd probably link it down below, but I can't. I just think this entire thing could have been avoided. Now that, you know, now I look back, as I sit here making this video, I look back and I think all of this could have been avoided had they just not done this page. Had they not said, oh, let's go to the internet and let's exploit our daughter. And I know that wasn't their intention, but look what it's turned into. This is how the internet is. You know, it's cruel in some ways, but it's also good in others. There are people like me who can be real assholes, but at the same time, their moral side will say, no, fuck you, asshole, I'm coming in, like it is now. Where my morals are kicking in and saying, no, this is enough. You don't do this. It is completely wrong and inhumane. And in my opinion, that is where humanity has failed. No one cares for one another anymore. It seems that everyone's out, you know, to watch themselves. I'm a big fan of Star Trek, and in Star Trek they talk about humanity being united because they realized they weren't alone in the universe. Now, obviously that's not going to come true in my lifetime or in my kid's lifetime. I don't know if it will ever come true that humanity will ever unite, but I hope it does, because if there's one thing that we need, it's some hope. And I think the hope we need to look for is something that looks good, or that can feel good, that is in the future, that will, you know, do good. And to me, what's happening in Star Trek, and I'm not saying all the, you know, wars, the galactic wars and stuff like that, and, you know, but I'm talking about humanity uniting. I know I'm gonna get hate for this video, and I know I've just kind of babbled on in this video, but I'm kind of upset, mad in a way at this entire thing. Again, down below I will link my I will link my page, Classy Swag. I will also link Ivy Sir, Admin Tej. He made a rant video. If I can find it, which I'm sure I can, I'm going to post that as well. He's an amazing guy, and he made this just heartfelt video. One part he said, you know, if my kids had this and people were making memes, and memes are the captions with the pictures, to sum it up for people who are just, oh, what's a meme? But you know, he's right. If I saw my kids being made fun of on the internet because of their disease, now I'm not saying my kids are gonna have a disease, I hope they don't. Oh, I hope they don't. But if they did and people were making fun of them, like T-Shed, I'd probably find out where they live and kick their ass. I know, again, I've laughed at the jokes, but I wasn't the one who made them. I've never made an Adalia joke ever. I've laughed, but I've never made them. And I'll admit that. I have laughed. Sue me. I don't care. But I just hope you guys can understand basically what I've said this entire video. I know it's kind of a long video, and I hope you all watched it through. You just hear this last message. Let's hope this bandwagon, this Adalia Rose shit all stops, because in my opinion, it does. It's gone too far. You know, with the Pornhub video, with the Pornhub picture of her, you know, which was completely wrong. It just needs to stop. Enough is enough. We need to just move on and go about our lives the way it was before all this shit happened, which I don't know how your lives are run, but you know, just move on with life and, you know, stuff like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I'm gonna get hate. You can make video responses and you can comment and hate, but I'm not gonna get into it with anybody. I'm sure I'll reply to a few comments if this even gets a lot of views. But I just want you guys to know that, you know, I'm grateful for you guys watching this video and commenting. You know, I don't know if you guys are or not, but just understand that you can criticize me, but make sure it's a constructive criticism on my opinion, and not one where you're bashing me for everything that I have said and everything that I am, you know, because that's wrong. But thank you guys again. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. The photo that was posted will be in the link down, or will be in the description down below. My page, Classy Swag, Tij's page, and his channel, again, if I can find it, will be posted down below. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe if you want to. And remember, guys, stay classy with a bit of swag. Peace.